Hey, so my name is Rachel P, and I am going to show you different ways, different modifications of doing a plank. Maybe you've never seen what a plank is or know what it is. So let's go ahead and break it down for you. I'm going to show you different options, and you're going to go ahead and choose which option you feel comfortable with, depending on if you have any injuries or maybe you haven't worked out in a while. So you need to start at option number one and then build your strength up so that you can move on to different options. Okay, so let's start off with option number one. And this is for somebody who maybe you haven't worked out ever, or maybe it's been a number of years. So what you need to do is you need to get to a wall. So here is my handy dandy wall right here. And taking your arms about shoulder width apart right here, you're gonna place your arms on that wall, and we're gonna walk our feet back so that our nose is closer to the wall than our feet are. And you're gonna go ahead and lean your body, bending your elbows towards the wall. Now I want you to notice something. My chin is not cranked here, nor is it rounded. Your nose is pointed straight out in front of you. Another thing that you should be aware of is your butt should not be out here, nor should your back be arched. You should be straight as a board. This is why they call it a plank. So elbows are bent, nose is as close to the wall as possible. And once you start to feel stronger in your arms, you can actually take it as low as you can. So that is option one. If that is something that you need to stay at until you can come down to the floor, then that's totally fine. Or this may be a good option for you to do if you have vertigo or if you have a hard time getting to the floor or back up again, okay? So let's move on to option number two. Option number two, you should have a mat or some sort of carpeting on the floor. Doing kneeling down on a hardwood floor, that's killer on the knees. So make sure you have some sort of padding underneath your knees. And we're gonna start off with our hands underneath the shoulders and our knees about hip width apart, okay? And all I want you to do is to walk your knees out just a little bit and drop your hips down towards the floor. Now your feet can touch the floor or they can come up, but this is what your back should not be doing. That will hurt, and we need you, once again, to have a straight back like a plank. If you feel uncomfortable in this position, you could always push your hips back just a little bit to give your back some relief. But this will not be a workout at all. This is getting ready for a yoga pose. If you just walk your knees out and drop your hips down a little bit, you will be in plank position. And once again, you don't want your chin into the chest or your chin up. You want to find a nice neutral spot for your chin. As you get stronger in this position, you can bend your elbows and hold your chest a little lower to the floor. And that will help to strengthen your arms, okay? So bringing it back up again. And you can do that after you do the wall from option one. This would be moving on to option two. Now option number three is a full plank. You're gonna take your hands safely underneath your shoulders, walk your toes out so that both knees are up off the mat. Now you notice that my head immediately went to that neutral position. Your nose is pointed down towards the mat. It's not cranked up, it's not rounded. It is somewhere in the middle and should feel comfortable. Notice that my back did not do this. I am straight as a board, and if you feel that your lower back is not supported, you can lift your hips up a little bit. The knees together is the best way to, and you're gonna get a little bit of activation with the inner thigh muscles, but you wanna make sure that your body is straight as a plank. And once you start to feel more comfortable, you can bend your elbows and hold it there. One other way that you could do it if you wanted to, if you are sort of in between option two and three, is you can bring one knee down here and one leg out here as sort of a option 2.5, okay? But coming here with a plank position, you're working your abs, really you're working everything. Your arms, your shoulders, your upper back, your pectorals, your abs, definitely, and your legs, hamstrings, and glutes, okay? So Once you're done with your plank position, I always like to do a child pose as a stretch. So you can drop your hips down to your heels if you're able to, walk your hands out, and drop your forehead as low to the floor as you can get, okay? If that's not gonna work for you, and you're at option number 1, you can always come to your wall, lift your arms up as high as possible, feet together, and then drive your forehead towards the wall. Not arching your back too much, but very controlled, bringing your forehead to the wall. All right? So I hope that helped you. Plank positions is a wonderful way of getting a quick full body workout to help strengthen everything from the nose to the toes. Thanks for joining me, Rachel P. I hope this helped you. Feel free to comment below or send me a message if you have any questions. Take care.